This is a story about how my dad's spirit took me on an adventure, a story about how even in death there is life, there is healing, there is love, and there is God meeting us in the most unexpected, beautiful ways. Hello everyone, welcome. If you're here, there might be a message for you. I'm super excited, grateful, honored to share this story with you. It's a pretty vulnerable story about a huge piece of my life. My prayer and my hope is that by sharing this story that someone can take something from it that will help them feel more faith and more hope, maybe more acceptance of the life that we live in general, the full spectrum of this experience. Through Jesus, there is a life that we can live after this one. This life is actually not the end. What we do in this life really does matter. How we show up really matters. Just existence in general is something that shouldn't be taken for granted. Every day is a gift. A little bit of a backstory. My dad has transitioned. He has been called back to the ethers. This happened about 9 years ago, and in the beginning of his death, I was not ready for him to leave, and it was very, very, very traumatic the way that he died. That's a story for another day. The grieving process was really, really hard for me. The loss of his life here and of him being my dad in physical form here was very, very hard for me to accept. I did have some sort of mystical experiences after his death that I wanted to share about in hopes somebody can take something from this and feel more tapped into the spirit and God and this entire existence, knowing that this is not the end all be all here. There is something after this. We can go there. One night I was actually in the bathtub, and now looking back, this makes a lot of sense, and doing a little bit more research in the Bible and how water is really holy, it makes sense that this happened that way. I was meditating. I can't really explain like why this happened to me, but I was immediately taken somewhere. It was a vision that I had that was very, very clear and very, very real, almost as if I was there completely. The vision was of my dad and I in a field of daisies and flowers, and we were dancing, and he was holding my hand, and I remember seeing his hands specifically. I always remember people's hands. We were dancing and it was really beautiful, and there were no words that were really spoken, but rather just a feeling and a knowing and a feeling of love and a feeling of he is at ultimate peace now. He took my hand and he took me into this stream that turned out to be a body of deep water. And through this journey, we were underwater and we were able to breathe, and we were swimming. There were fish, and it was like really lit up underwater. My dad taught me how to swim, and he liked to swim as well. Again, I was visioning this, but I was experiencing it almost fully, as if I was completely there, bridging like heaven and earth. And we came out and it was dark all of a sudden, and there were these mountains that were there. Everything was twinkling. It was like twilight, but it was dark, and there were stars, and it was really beautiful. There were these beautiful mountains. He took me out of the water, and I remember the water just sort of instantly drying on my skin. He sat me down on this bench. He told me some things. I won't get into detail of all of it. Basically told me that he's okay, that this life is not the end, and to take care of my loved ones. There was an emphasis on our setting and where we were and the mountains and the beauty of all of that. Coming out of that experience, that vision that I had that felt so real, that was real, feeling really like, wow, okay, my dad is here, he's with me. How beautiful. We hadn't spread his ashes yet. Neither my mom or I had been to the place that he wanted his ashes spread. that he loved dearly. However, when he was alive, we'd always talked about going there, but we just never did. My mom and I decided to go to this place that's quite a ways away. It's still in Wyoming, if you know me. Hey, I'm from Wyoming. It's in Wyoming. It was a ways away. We drove there, my mom and I, to spread his ashes. I had his ashes in a backpack. We went on our way. We went on this journey in the beautiful Wind Rivers with these beautiful flowers everywhere on the way. It's a very, very beautiful place in the mountains that feels really sacred and very, very tucked away. It's very much out there. Pulling up to this lake, seeing these beautiful mountains behind the lake, and thinking instantly that this was the place that my dad wanted us to be, that my dad had taken me on that vision. That was the exact place that I saw when we pulled up. Just a reminder of, okay, we're in the right place here. I was just in awe, and I remember having chills all over my body, which was just an affirmation from God. Led us to be there. And my dad was a very strong man. He carried me through my life. He really fought so hard to stay with us. It just was his time to go. Death is, in and of itself, a very beautiful thing. To experience someone that you loved so deeply and love so deeply that literally brought you to this life, to experience their death is another kind of beauty and bliss that is hard to put into words, really. It's like a coming home. My dad was just an amazing, amazing man. So funny, so kind, would have done anything for anybody. Hilarious man, such a personality, so strong, and he could fix anything. Put my backpack on with my dad on my back. I carried him down this trail, thinking my dad carried me through my whole life. What an honor it is. Like, truly, it was so sacred to carry him to his final resting place. I felt like I was a part of something bigger, something that was just so expansive and beautiful. Feeling the sun, and my mom and I just being there to bring him to this place. We let him go. We found the perfect spot and we let him go. I felt like he was just part of everything. He was a part of the water, the trees. He was now part of it all. I know in my soul, in my bones, in my spirit, that there is something more than just this physical experience that we have. And it's by the grace of God that I was able to survive so much loss and grief and trauma. And there were moments in my life where I didn't know if I was going to survive, and I didn't really even want to at times because the depth of loss was so intense. I really honor that. I honor that feeling because I think sometimes we don't want to say that it's as intense as it really is, this grief and this loss that we experience when someone leaves, when someone goes somewhere else that we can't physically see. The pain is so real. It is so intense. And I think now that I'm sharing this, what I'm trying to say with the world is that honor the pain, honor the depth, honor the feeling, because it's what makes you alive. It's this whole experience, I feel like, that we came here to experience. Don't run from the feelings, run towards them, move through them. This doesn't mean that you stay in the trauma and you stay in the depths and you stay in the pain. It means that you are capable because you're so strong. I think of it as like fighting, like you're a warrior. You're so capable of moving through that and moving out of it as well. And it's through moving out of it that you
transcend into something that's greater. You have a greater knowledge and a greater understanding of who you really are. You start to embody your strength. Feeling really is healing. I guess another reason why I wanted to share this story was because for anyone who has lost somebody, maybe you're really in the depths of it right now and you don't know, you're scared about life, or maybe you're questioning faith or God. Just pray that through Jesus, just dear God, be upon that person and show them, God, that you are real. I'm just hearing, like, look down at your skin, down at this magnificent body, this amazing, miraculous life. You are part of something that is so expansive, so greater than you. That is all you need to know. I was walking yesterday and I remember having this thought. I can speak for myself, I guess. I always wanted something to happen. When is something going to happen? Something might happen today. God gave me this insight. Like, no, everything is happening now. Just by you walking your feet on this ground, something is happening. Let that be enough. Let that be enough. I hope that this story inspired you. I hope that through the pain of experiencing grief, loss, trauma, whatever it might be, through that pain, I pray to God that you are able to feel peace, that you are able to feel faith in something that is greater. The light will shine. The light will shine down on your life, and you can be a beacon for others. It is through our greatest trials that we overcome, that we can really be a leader for others in what we've gone through. I hope this message resonated with you today. I just keep hearing that we are one. Through this connection to God, we can have this recognition. All glory to God. Have faith in a better day. Have faith in tomorrow. Have faith that we can create the life that we're meant to live. God bless you, and thank you so much for watching this far. Sending you so much love and peace and joy, blessings and gratitude for being here. I hope that you took something from this message today. Thank you so much, and God bless.